Okay guys, a big one today, as it seems as though Celtic are closing in on signing a number one. In today's video we'll of course discuss this whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic defender Cameron Carter-Vickers has opened up about how the Hoops were able to turn around their season from February onwards. With much made of Celtic falling to second in the Scottish Premiership in February after a 1-1 draw against Kilmarnock at Celtic Park, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers remained measured despite a lacklustre first half of the season, with the Hoops' best football still to come. Carter-Vickers said, "I've really enjoyed working with Brendan this year. One thing I think he's done really well throughout the season is keeping us as a group calm and confident. In Glasgow there's a lot of talk and it's easy to get sucked into being negative or losing your head, but one thing I think is keeping calmness in the group. Rodgers has shown this season in particular that he can manage pressure from outside the club. Just when results didn't seem to be going Celtic's way, a belief in his training methods and the players at his disposal meant that ultimately, at the end of the season, the Irishman managed to secure a domestic double in his first season back at the club. Carter-Vickers was undeniably instrumental in the impressive end of the season, which saw Celtic win 11 out of their last 12 games. The USA international, like Rodgers, brings calmness to the Hoops with his ability to command the back four, second to none. With Carter-Vickers and Rodgers at the club, Celtic have two men who exemplify what it means to understand the winning culture synonymous with the club. Their presence not only strengthens the team defensively, but also installs a winning mentality that resonates throughout the squad, setting the stage for continued success in seasons to come. Former Wigan Athletic, Fulham and Hull City midfielder Jimmy Bullard has opened up on the shocking reason why his loan move to Celtic in the summer of 2010 collapsed. At the time, it was revealed that the wages were believed to be the reason the Englishman failed to join the Hoops, but Bullard himself has spoken in depth about the story behind the failed negotiations. Bullard said, "That deal came. Celtic wanted to do a loan deal and my dad came on board to help me, and he pretty much effed the deal up, to be honest. He's murder, the old man. We went up there, and in a loan deal we didn't really know what Hull City had paid half and Celtic would pay half. But we went up there and the old man went, whoa, 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 because they sold a dream to us. Neil Lennon sold a dream, talked about the keeper who was on this and that. They were going to give me the number 10 jersey, they put it on me heavy, and my dad says, if you're going to pay the keeper that, why is Jimmy getting this? You didn't give him the number 10 to get less than the keeper. Let me do a deal with you and I'll go back to Hull and do a deal with them." Lenny was like, "I don't think it works like that, Mr. Bullard." Anyway, the old man asked for and the director fell off his chair. "I asked for a big chunks, it didn't happen, but I should have gone. I never played for a huge club. I played for some good football clubs, but never for that huge club we always wanted to play for. It would have been, I should have done it." Clearly Bullard regrets the move falling through, later joined Ipswich Town on loan just 6 months later. In just 24 appearances in the 2010-11 season, he managed to pick up a respectable 7 goals and 5 assists for Hull and Ipswich respectively, winning Ipswich Town Player of the Year. The Englishman's career would then wind down, announcing his retirement in October 2012 due to injury setbacks, just a little over 2 years after his failed loan move to Paradise. Whether Bullard's time at Celtic would have been a roaring success is open to debate, but if signings from England like Gary Hooper, Fraser Forster and Chris Commons during Neil Lennon's first spell in charge aren't anything to go by, there is a very good chance that Bullard could have made a great impact in the Hoops. Celtic are on the verge of securing Paulo Bernardo on a permanent basis following a successful loan spell last season, according to multiple reports. The club is currently in negotiations with Benfica, working towards finalising a deal that will see Bernardo return to Celtic Park for the next campaign. Initially the option to buy was set at £6.5 million, but Celtic has been keen on negotiating this fee. Current discussions are focusing on adjusting the initial price by potentially enhancing the package with additional add-ons and including a sell-on clause, which seems to be a compromise that both clubs are willing to consider. Bernardo, who has been informed by Benfica that he does not feature in their plans for next season, is eager to continue his career in Glasgow. Currently holidaying in America, Bernardo remains actively involved, urging both sides to finalise the transfer. Celtic's pursuit of Bernardo has been prioritised over other potential targets such as Alvin Sanchez, who was also linked to the club earlier this week. Bernardo's familiarity with the team and his performances last season have made him the top target for Celtic, as they look to strengthen their squad for both domestic and European challenges ahead. As talks progress positively, Celtic fans are hopeful that an agreement will be reached soon, allowing Bernardo to rejoin the squad in time for pre-season preparations. I think it's fair to say that Ryan Christie was a real favourite amongst Celtic supporters during his time at the club. Joining the club from Inverness, Carter-Vickers in 2015, Christie spent the following season on loan back in the Highlands before injury cut short his temporary spell in November of that year. Christie made his Celtic debut in January 2016 in the 3-1 win over St Johnstone at Celtic Park. His 3-minute appearance was his last before going up to Aberdeen the next season, where he really started to flourish. Returning to the club in 2018 under Neil Lennon, Christie was ever present in the first team as he made 151 appearances, scoring 41 goals and creating 44 as he picked up 2 back-to-back trebles under the Northern Irishman. Now at Bournemouth, it seems that 3 years away still hasn't dampened the Premier League attacker's love for the club, after he admitted he still looks out for Celtic results and how the team is doing. Christie said, "It's remarkable to be fair. Yeah, I still follow them. I still follow most of Scottish football to be fair, and I obviously still know quite a lot of the boys that are up there and playing. So I'm always looking to see how they're doing. A brilliant end to the season for them, culminating in the cup final win. So they're obviously off the back of a high, full of confidence, which is nice going into the Euros." Christie has been enjoying a good spell at the Cherries after helping to guide them to the English Premier League from the Championship. Now a regular for Scotland at 29, Christie is in his prime of his career and enjoying life in England's top flight with the Seaside club after playing in almost every single EPL fixture for Bournemouth since their promotion to the top flight. Celtic have produced many fine homegrown talents over the years who have gone on to achieve career success at Parkhead or elsewhere. Callum McGregor and James Forrest have transformed from being fresh-faced academy graduates to become iconic figures at the club. Meanwhile, others have trod a different path, moving elsewhere to fulfil their career potential. Kieran Tierney falls into this latter category, with his £25 million move to Arsenal in 2019, ranking as the joint most expensive sale in Celtic's history besides Jota's departure for Al Ittihad in 2023. The Scotland international has spent the campaign out on loan at Real Sociedad after falling out of favour under Mikel Arteta, registering 2 assists in 26 appearances across all competitions. Heading into the summer, he could now well be set for a change of scenery, according to fresh developments. According to the Standard, Tierney is among a clutch of players who could be made available by Arsenal once the summer transfer window opens. Eddie Nketiah, Emil Smith-Rowe and Aaron Ramsdale complete the quartet. However, there is now a real chance the former may move on to pastures ahead of the 2024-25 season. Currently on international duty with Scotland, Tierney may not make a definite decision until after Euro 2024 if reports are indeed accurate. Like clockwork, there have been plenty of pundits over the last few months who have tipped the Douglas-born man to complete a return to Parkhead. You know where this one was going, and if Tierney is indeed on the market, it won't be too long before his name is circulated as a potential option to address the left-back berth at Celtic, whether there is any truth in that matter or not. Ultimately, the 26-year-old's deep connection to the club has a propensity to generate airtime, something he addressed early this year when asked if he would entertain coming back to his boyhood team in the future. He stated, "Who knows? You never know in football. It's a connection that I always have, somewhere I imagine I'll always be linked with if I'm to move from any club, so you never know." Tierney always holds Celtic close to his heart. Nevertheless, the financial realities of any prospective agreement somewhere along the line may complicate the process. Celtic fans, what do you make of what we discussed in today's video, in particular the transfer news we mentioned? Let us know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. As always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.